All right, so you signed up your first client, you're all excited, and you immediately start building, whether it's funnels, websites, automations, just to quickly deliver something. And what usually happens is that's going to cause you problems and even churn. Hi, my name is Paul Kim, and in this channel, I talk about getting clients with high level and most importantly, getting clarity before you implement AI and automations. All right, so in today's video, I want to talk about what most beginners do is that when they get their first client, they start building immediately and they start building assets. And the reason for that is that there's this internal pressure for us to provide value, and there's that fear of losing the client. And what usually happens is that you build the wrong thing, the client gets confused, ends up with no results or results that is not what the client is expecting. And it's not that you didn't work, but you just worked on the wrong thing. So here's a shift. Week one is not about building. Of course, you have to execute onboarding, right? But week one is about getting clarity. It's not about trying to impress the client with what you can build or what you know, but it's about getting clarity and really knowing what you're trying to solve and trying to solve that specific problem with the client. So I follow a simple system and I'm just trying to figure out where to start within that system. All right, so typically these are the three simple things that I focus on in the first week. Okay, number one is understand the business. We're talking about light. We're not talking about doing a deep audit or deep understanding. You want to find out, what does the business sell? How are they currently getting their customers? Number two is having a general understanding of where their stuck is or the core problem, right? If you look at the framework that I talked about previously, I put the link on top as well. I'll put in the description to that video that I talk about. It'll go in depth into my framework. So when I look at the framework, I look at where they stuck. Is it L, which is visibility, local visibility, or is it opt-ins, for opt-ins, or is it C, conversations, right? And when I look at those, I try to find out where they're currently stuck. All right, so number three is deciding where to start. Now, I'm not trying to build a custom solution or custom plan. I have a simple system, and so I'm just trying to figure out where to start, right? So, for example, if they have a local visibility issue, then I start there. If they have a lead handling issue with regard to their opt-ins, then I start there. If they have a trust issue where they're not getting enough reviews, then I start there, right? So depending on where their current bottleneck is or where that's where I start. So what I don't do in week one is I don't build funnels. I don't overbuild automations. I don't try to impress the client with tools. I just stop, pause, and really think about those three things that I just talked about. All right, so let me give you an example, right? In the past 2 weeks, probably a week or two, I've spoken with many local businesses, and I see so many local businesses that are spending thousands, if not tens of thousands, in ads. And so the agencies that they're working with, right, they immediately go and start building funnels to these and running ads. And without really stepping back, you got to step back and really fix what the problem is. And if you look at my framework, local visibility, that's the first thing that needs to be fixed. So if you step back, they're not being found locally. And so the first thing that you need to address is local visibility. So here's a practical takeaway from this video, right? So before you start building anything, right, ask these simple three questions. What problem did they hire me to solve? Number two is where are things actually breaking down right now? And number three is what should we focus on first? After you answer those three questions, write this one sentence down, right? The client hired me to blank and fill in that blank. And if you can't answer those questions and it's unclear, don't start building yet. And so once I'm clear on that, tools like HighLevel becomes useful. I'm not just building random things. I'm building around a specific problem that you're trying to solve. If you want to build systems like this, you can use HighLevel, but you need to build clarity first before you start building. If you want a clearer picture of how all this connects, I put a roadmap. I'll put the link below. Download it now and get some clarity before you start building.